In this day and age, we are so quick to pronounce our love for a film or our hatred for it. But how do we know if that loving adrenaline rush can carry over to repeat viewing? Or if our disdain is still justifiable? Well, we have to be willing to give every film a second look. When you talk about great comic book movies, what films are usually brought up? The Dark Knight, Batman '89, Superman the movie? Well, there is a movie that should be brought up in that discussion, and it's The Man with the Yellow Hat, Dick Tracy. Dick Tracy is the type of film that when you see it once, it's difficult to truly forget. Yes, you may not be able to pull character names or plot points, but if you see a single shot, you couldn't mistake it for any other movie. In an era where comic book movies are so dark and harsh, Dick Tracy lives in the colorful world of comic from the 30s. The visuals of Dick Tracy are amazing, and you feel as if you're reading a Golden Age comic while watching the film. And I can't do them justice by just talking about them. You have to see the film. But visuals are not everything. A good movie needs a good story for foundation. Many times I've heard people criticize the film for having a very basic story, which in many regards is true. But I feel that's sort of the point. As mentioned earlier, Dick Tracy looks like a 1930s comic, and the story at many times feels like one. 30s comic book stories were usually bad guys doing bad things, and good guy stops bad guy from doing them. And while Dick Tracy does have this basic storyline, with Tracy's battle to bring down Big Boy, it has so much more. Tracy's relationship with Tess, which is being tested by Breathless, Tracy becoming a father figure for Kid, and of course, the mystery of the blank. All these storylines together help to keep the audience engaged from start to end. The characters of Dick Tracy are also great, and the two to focus on are Tracy and Big Boy. Al Pacino as Big Boy is one of the true highlights of the film, an over-the-top villain that can be both funny and scary at the same time. Big Boy is the perfect foil to Tracy. He uses the loopholes of the justice system to his advantage, so he can keep doing whatever he wants. Big Boy is one of the most memorable parts of the movie, and all credit is due to Al Pacino in a well-deserved Oscar-nominated performance. He completely disappears into the role. To many, Dick Tracy is a very uninteresting character, a goody-good who just wants to stop the bad guys. And yes, that's true. But it's also what makes him a great character. Recently, movies have moved away from having stoic heroes who just want to stand up for what is right as their leads because some people find them too boring. But Dick Tracy shows that isn't always the case. Tracy is an interesting character. He's tempted by Breathless. He doesn't want to break the law and just keep Kid as his own. And many times he goes above his call because he wants to see Big Boy behind bars because he knows it's the right thing. Just because your character stands for truth and justice does not mean they are boring. In fact, many times, it's good to have characters like Dick Tracy in movies. Dick Tracy is one of my all-time favorite comic book movies. It's a totally unique film. If you've never seen Dick Tracy, I hope I've convinced you to give it a chance. And if you did see it before, but passed it off as some run-of-the-mill movie, hopefully I've convinced you to give it a second look. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the first episode of Second Look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun working on this one for you. I really just love this movie. Hopefully I have convinced you guys, if you've never seen it, to check it out, because it is a great movie. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. What movies would you want me to cover? Put them down in the comment section. I'm open to a lot of suggestions, because this series can cover any sort of thing. This is in-depth video analysis. There's no theme. It's not like these are guilty pleasures. It's just movies and really getting into the nitty-gritty of why we love movies. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and remember to keep loving movies. Take care.